So once again, thank you all for being here. Today's presentation is going to be focusing on 5 of the top spots on campus to be successful this semester. I want to emphasize that every spot on campus is great for you to be involved and to gain support. But these are just some, top spots that helped me when I was a student and that have helped other students as well. So, as you are working with fellow students or you're, going, walking through campus, this is going to be a great presentation for you to know where everything is located. Once again, my name is Alex Ramirez-Reese. My pronouns are he, him, his. I'm one of the early support interns. Prior to this role, I was also a student at Cal Poly Pomona. I graduated back in 2019, and now I'm a graduate student in the Master's of Science in Higher Education at Cal State Fullerton. So some things that we're going to be going over today, we're going to do an opening poll where you can share your knowledge currently of the campus. We're going to do an introduction activity. It's going to be briefly, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Then I'm going to go over the top 5 spots on campus that you need to explore or that you need to know. Then we're going to move on to a closing poll to measure if you were able to learn anything tangible throughout this presentation. And then we're going to close everything with the Q&A portion for this presentation. I might stop the recording for that portion since it depends on each presentation and who attends, but I will make sure to share any pivotal points with other students that couldn't be here with us today. So for our introduction activity, I know it's a Tuesday, so it's early in the week, but I was wondering if you guys could share maybe 3 words or emojis on how you are feeling maybe this week or just overall being on campus this semester. I know this was the first semester that many of us had to go back in person fully. So if you can put it in the chat, 3 words or emojis that represent how you're doing today. I know we have a new person. So hi, Londra. Right now we're going over an introductory activity. So if you can just please write down in the chat 3 words or emojis that describe how you're feeling about being on campus this semester. So I'll give it maybe a couple minutes for that. And I'll put mine too, since I'm here already. Okay, Caitlin, good. I'm happy to see that they're all positive emojis, right? Alondra, perfect. I'm glad that I'm seeing all these positive emojis. I see the sweating emoji. I'm assuming because that's maybe you're a little bit nervous about being on campus. That's totally okay. I remember my first day on campus back when I was a freshman, back in the days. I was very nervous. I was a little bit lost. So it's definitely a common feeling. So thank you for sharing. So please feel free to add those throughout the presentation. You don't have to do it right now if you can't. But thank you all for participating and sharing. So we'll go ahead and move into our first poll that we're going to do for today. So if you could please, Maribel, you could put the link on the chat. Perfect, thank you. Or you can scan the QR code that is on the presentation as well. And for that, we'll give it maybe 3 minutes for you to access and answer the simple prompts. And yes, I got a private message. Yes, if you click on the link, it will take you to a form. I don't think you have to put in any credentials in. You'll be able to just take the assessment pool. But yeah, thank you for asking that question. Okay. Maybe one more minute. I know it's not a very long poll, so I'll just give it one more minute. Right, if you can give me a thumbs up if you were able to finish the poll. Yes. Perfect. Was everyone okay? Perfect. Alondra, were you able to answer it? Perfect. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next portion of the presentation. So I want to begin by saying that I am sorry we couldn't do this in person. It would have been so great to, walk around and, I don't know if you ever went to a college tour, but I actually did that my first year in college or my second year in college. So it was really fun. So I apologize for not being able to do this in person, but we'll make the best out of it. So as you can see in front of your screen, we have a map of the campus. And like I shared with you all at the beginning, these are only 5 of the many spots that you can get involved or that you can visit throughout your time on campus. This portion of the presentation, and actually the entire presentation, is interactive. So I have a set of how I'm going to go through the different services. But if you, for example, are very interested about, I don't know, the Learning Resource Center, then we can start that first. I don't know if anyone has any preferences, or you are dying to know about a service in particular. Um, if not, then I'll go ahead and begin with our first service, which is the Career Center. So as you can see in this general map of the campus, the Career Center is located right kind of across from the library. It's a little bit distance from the library. But the Career Center, when I remember when I was a freshman, I could not find the Career Center. And the reason why is because it's under the marketplace. So once you visit campus and you're looking for a place to eat, we have Carl's Jr., we have Panda Express, we have the Pony Express, and under the marketplace is a Career Center. So it's right across from the Cultural Centers. So once again, that's why I couldn't find it. But once you are able to find it and you locate it, some of the things that you can find there, or some of the services that you can benefit from, are their internship and job search. So the Career Center has what we call career specialists, and they specialize in helping you either find that immediate job that you might need right now, or that immediate internship for the summer, or they will also help you explore different career paths or explore different majors. So the first service, once again, internship and job search. They also provide self-assessment. So as I mentioned, they help you with that career exploration. And one of the first things that they do at the Career Center is they assign you a self-assessment. And these are like the MBTI, Strengths Quest, some of those popular assessments. And what they are meant to do is to help the career specialists know what your interests are, so that they can better advise you on what careers or majors fit those natural interests that you might have. Like I said, they also provide career exploration, career preparation. So anything related to developing your resume, a cover page, or a cover letter, maybe working on your LinkedIn account, um, maybe finding that first network point that you can maybe start exploring, so that you can, ask for an internship or a job opportunity. And then they also do graduate school planning. So as you are starting to think about graduate school and the application process, they are there to help you either with the explaining to you the application process, going over your statements of purpose. And the reason why I know all this is because I had the pleasure of working for the Career Center 2 years ago, and I was able to do all these amazing things. So I know from firsthand experience that they really take the time to help you explore all these many aspects. Something that you need to know in particular as well is that the Career Center has what they call liaisons to a specific college. So let's say you are an engineering student. Alexis Tai, who works at the Career Center, will meet with you primarily, and she works within the career within the college, so she'll be able to connect you with college partners, companies, and give you that insightful advice and experience from an engineering slash career perspective. So once again, the location is Building 97, Room 100. So right across from the culture centers on the first floor. If you can start smelling the Chinese food, maybe you went too far on the other side. So just make sure it's right across the culture center. And then their contact information is at careers@cpp.edu. And I would encourage all of you to follow their Instagram account at CPP_Career Center. They do a lot of great like live sessions with campus partners or company partners. They also provide, they also post jobs that you can apply on campus. So definitely follow them and engage with their content. At this point, are there any questions about the Career Center that I can maybe answer? All good? Perfect. So we'll go back to, we'll actually go to the upcoming events that the Career Center is currently, that is going to offer within the upcoming weeks and days. So in 2 days, on Thursday, February the 24th at 12 p.m., they're going to be having a workshop on utilizing your LinkedIn account to develop a network. So that's a really great presentation. I remember I attended something similar 2 years ago, and it was really helpful in knowing how to maximize my LinkedIn account. Another workshop that they're going over is planning for graduate school. Once again, if you are thinking about maybe pursuing a doctorate or a master's degree, this workshop will help you, start thinking about that process. Obviously, they will recommend you to meet with an advisor one-on-one, but this workshop will definitely help you answer some of the questions that you might have at this point. And then on March 10, they're also having a succeeding at an interview. So they'll give you different tips on how to manage your anxiety during an interview, and then how to answer questions properly, during an interview. So I highly recommend, if you want to take a screenshot of this, or also go into My Bar and register there for these events as well.
Alex, we have a question in the chat from Pedro.
Yes.
He is asking if alumni have access to Career Center resources.
Yes, so after you graduate, the Career Center will still be one of the services that you can access. I think is after 1 year of you graduating. So you will still have access to your Handshake account, and then also access to setting up appointments with them. So Handshake, if you don't know, if you're new to campus, Handshake is the platform that the Career Center utilizes to post all the jobs from companies outside Cal Poly Pomona, and also on-campus jobs as well. A lot of their career fairs that they do every semester are also promoted there. So as an alumni, you'll still have access to that as well. So don't think like, once I graduate, I don't have access to the Career Center. You'll still have access. And I remember working with a lot of alumni during my time there. So very common for alumni to come back and engage with their services. So great question, Pedro. Thank you for that. So does anyone want to explore any of the other services in particular? No? Okay, perfect. Well, I'll go to the next one, which is the Learning Resource Center. So let's click on the Learning Resource Center. But before I move into that, note that the Learning Resource Center is located inside the library. So once again, when I was a freshman, I remember getting lost all the time. But the Learning Resource Center is located inside the library on the second floor. And they have 2 different rooms, and I'll explain which what room offers what services in the following slide. So within the Learning Resource Center, they offer subject tutoring for a wide range of subjects, all the way from, particular subjects in engineering, all the way to sciences and political science and social sciences. Um, Once again, I had the privilege of being on campus for 6 years, 4 years as a student. And during my time there, I was actually a tutor there. So I used to tutor statistics. So if you have any questions regarding the content inside your course, the Learning Research Center is a really, really great service for you to access. They also offer writing tutoring. So writing tutoring is not limited to maybe an essay that you have to write for class. They work with you on everything from essays that you're writing for graduate school all the way to essays that you might be writing for a scholarship. So they really help you. They give you good feedback on your writing. They also give you tips on how to improve it. And once again, this is an unlimited service, so you can meet with the writing tutor or subject tutor as many times as you want throughout a week. As I mentioned earlier, one of the sites from the Learning Resource Center is for subject tutoring, and right next to it, right next door from it, is the Writing Center as well. So that's the distinction between those two. But once again, if you go into one and you want to set an appointment for maybe subject tutoring, they'll be happy to help you out with that. In addition to the basic tutoring that they also offer academic skills coaching. So if you are maybe having some issues with time management or how to study for a class or how to take a test properly, they have what they call learning strategies that help students develop those skills. And then they also offer a lot of workshops specific to courses or maybe writing workshops. And we'll go over those in the next slide, but also keep those in mind. And then lastly, they also offer supplemental instruction. So this is a more limited service that they offer, but supplemental instruction is basically supplemental tutors that go into your class, that take the class with you, and that you are able to set appointments with them so that you can receive not only content-based tutoring, but they will also help you maybe develop some skills on how to take that particular course that you're taking. I had a couple friends that were supplementary instructors, and what they did was once again take the class with you, and they would give advice to students on, hey, maybe for this specific test that is coming up, let's focus on this because the professor was primarily focusing on this specific lesson throughout the class. So they're really good at giving you that insightful information that you need for a specific course. But like I mentioned, the Learning Resource Center is located within the library. And the library itself is a hub for many services that the campus has to offer. Amongst those is the 24-hour computer lab. That is located in the first floor of the library. And this is a space that I utilized a lot when I was a student, especially for those nights that I had to do all-nighters. They're open 24 hours and you have access to obviously computers and also printers if you need to print anything. In addition to that, the library also has quiet floors. So that's in the first floor of the library and then the sixth floor of the library. And those are particularly useful if you are the person that needs a really quiet space to study, aka me. I need that. So I used to visit those two floors a lot when I was a student. So highly recommend it. And then obviously, as I mentioned, they also have computers in all floors and then printers if you need to print anything. And obviously it's a library, so they have thousands of books that you can access amongst many other things. So definitely try, make some time to check it out and explore the library. And the location is obviously University Library Building 15. And then the contact information for the Learning Resource Center is lrc@cpp.edu, and their Instagram account is cpplrc. Similar to the Career Center, the LRC is really good at posting updates on upcoming workshops or events. So if you're like me, anything like me, that I forget the dates and all that stuff, definitely Instagram, following their Instagram, it's a good reminder for those events as well. So some of the upcoming events that they have going on is they have a Speak Easy workshop. And this workshop is basically a time for you to mingle with the tutors. The reason why it's called Speak Easy is because it's a bilingual workshop. So depending if you feel comfortable, speaking Spanish, they do bilingual conversation so that you can exercise some of the linguistic capital that we all have to offer. They also have a couple happy hours coming up for math, physics, and chemistry on February 25th at 3 p.m. So if you are enrolled in any of those courses this semester, I would highly recommend you to attend so that you can get to know the tutors for those courses, and then maybe also ask any questions that you may have. And then also they have a specific workshop for physics 1520 coming up on March 1st at 4 p.m. So if you, once again, are enrolled in that course, I would highly recommend you to enroll. So let's go back to the map. So far we have gone over the Career Center and the Learning Resource Center. Our next stop would be the Bronco Student Center. And so the Bronco Student Center, in my opinion, is one of the hubs for student engagement, where a lot of students go to eat, study, meet with classmates or friends. And within this massive building, you can find different services. I know it's the third bullet point, but I want to highlight it because it's really important to me. So food, they have a coffee shop, they have Subway, they have Qdoba, they have Habichi-san, I think it's called. So different places where you can eat. They also have a lot of tables where you can sit down to enjoy your meal, but also to maybe engage with fellow students. On the, I want to say, north side of the building, they also have a game room. So if you're interested about taking a break from class and just de-stressing, they have a room full of different arcade games. They have bowling alley. So they definitely have a lot of things that you can maybe utilize to de-stress a little bit, maybe before your next class or in between classes. If you are interested in becoming more involved with Cal Poly Pomona, they also have their student government office, and within the office, you can find the different senators and the different representatives for the different committees that they have. So if you're interested, I do believe they offer some financial incentives for students to get involved. So I would highly recommend you to just visit the building, walk around, maybe grab some food, but then also maybe visit the student government office and just ask around on different opportunities that you might have to get involved. I would say, in my personal experience, I was involved with student government, and it was one of the highlights of my college career. And as you can tell, I'm not an extrovert, so don't think that you need to be an extrovert to be in student government or to get involved. Definitely take advantage of it, give it a try, and see what happens. They also, within the Bronco, within this building, they on the second floor, they also have the rideshare program. And if you haven't heard, students at Cal Poly Pomona currently have access to what they call the class pass, which is a pass for you to take any foothill transit bus for free. So if you are a commuter student and you're thinking about maybe taking the bus and not having to pay for parking, because I know it can be a little bit pricey, this is a great service that you can access. And then they also have information regarding the Metrolink shuttle. So personally, me, I live in San Bernardino, and I used to commute to Cal Poly Pomona as a student almost every day. So I started taking the train, and what Cal Poly Pomona has is they have a shuttle that picks students up from the Metrolink station and located in North Pomona, and they drop you off. So if you are maybe thinking about commuting from downtown LA or from the Inland Empire, this is definitely a service that is available to you at no cost. So definitely try to take advantage of that. But let's say you do have a car and you're just commuting with someone else. They also have the rideshare program there. So that's where you can enroll for that service. And like I said before, this building is building 35 right across from the university library. So if you are able to locate Starbucks and locate the library, you'll be able to locate the university library as well. So let's go back to the map. Any questions? I know I'm sharing a lot of information and it might be maybe a little bit overwhelming. So feel free to stop me if you have any questions, okay? So the next service that we're gonna highlight is counseling and psychological services, also known as CAPS. As you can see in this map, CAPS is located right across from the Bronco Student Center and right next to the bookstore. So the CAPS, or Counseling and Psychological Services, are located on the second floor of this building. And then the bookstore is located on the first one. So if you're able to locate your books, you'll be able to locate counseling and psychological services. So if you go into CAPS, they offer a lot of group workshops on different topics on how to manage your anxiety, how to control your anger, how mindfulness workshops, meditation workshops, yoga workshops. So definitely a wide range of services that you can utilize for your mental health. Because as we know, mental health is a very important aspect of our lives and something that a lot of college students have issues with due to the stress of class or anything like that. So definitely try to consider those. They also offer individual short-term therapy. So the staff members at CAPS are licensed professionals who are therapists who can help you manage some of the different feelings that you might be going through. I do want to highlight that they are short-term. So I think you have a certain amount of therapy sessions that you can attend with a licensed professional at CAPS, but they are invested in you. And once you run out of those a certain amount of sessions, they will help you find, or they will refer you to different resources around the community so that you can continue with your therapy sessions if needed. They also provide well-being coaching. And as I said, Yoga for Healing is one of the most famous services or workshops that they provide throughout the semester. I attended a lot of them when I was a student. Not so much now that I'm staff, maybe I should go back. But I say from personal experience, they really help you ground yourself and find that balance, because I know college can be a little bit hectic sometimes. And like I said, they are located in building 66 in room 116. Their contact information is caps@cpp.edu. And once again, that's for non-emergencies. They do have a number that you can call if you're experiencing a mental, an emergency, or if you need to talk to someone immediately. And for that, I would recommend you to visit their website. They also have an Instagram account, CPP CAPS. Once again, like with the Career Center and the Learning Resource Center, they're really good at providing you with updates on different events that they have going on, and even daily tips that you can follow to maybe minimize your stress, or just minimize your stress. Or if you are experiencing any other feelings, they do provide a lot of quick tips that you can follow. Some of the upcoming events is anger management workshop that is coming up tomorrow, actually. So if you are interested in attending that, I would highly encourage you to register right after this workshop and maybe attend at 3 p.m. They also have Yoga for Healing coming up on March 1st at 12 p.m. And like I said, Yoga for Healing is one of their most popular events. So they offer different sessions throughout the semester. So if you can't make it on March 1st, don't worry about it. I feel like I think they have some of them some others coming up on later dates. And then they also have a mindfulness Monday workshop on March 7th. Similar to Yoga for Healing, they do have different dates for this Mindfulness Monday. So I would highly encourage you to attend that workshop as well. And all of these events are linked in this presentation. So what we're going to do is after the presentation's over, I'll make sure to email all of you with a copy of this so that you can access each of the events. So let's go to our map. So far we have gone through the Career Center, the Bronco Student Center, the Learn Resource Center, Counseling and Psychological Services, and our last spot that I want to highlight for today is the Student Services Building, colloquially known by a lot of students as the Spaceship Building because of its roof. That's just the nickname that they give to it. So this is one of our newest buildings on campus, and it's right across from the parking structure. So if you park in the parking structure and you're walking, you're probably going to have to pass the Student Services Building. And similar to the library, the Student Services Building is really a hub for a lot of different services that you can access on campus. Amongst those services is the financial aid office, the Bronco Advising Center, us. So if you want to talk to an academic advisor, they have a great team of academic advisors that can answer any of the questions that you might have. In that building, you can also find the registrar's office and the cashier's office, amongst many other services. So if you're let's say a transfer student, they also have poly transfer on the first floor of the building. So definitely a place for you to explore, maybe take a day for you to walk around and get to know the different staff members there so that you can get familiar with the different services. And like I said, the location for this particular building is building 112. And some of these services are located on the first floor of the building as well. So some upcoming events that the Bronco Advising Center that is located in this building has coming up is building relationships with your professors. That is coming up on March 15 at 12 p.m. And we also have I'm Behind in Class, Now What? Workshop that is happening on March 23rd at 4 p.m. So I would highly encourage you that as we finish this workshop, and you go on with your day, to take some time to register for these workshops. Highly informative, and something that I wish I would have attended when I was a student as well. So let's go back to our map. And at this point, we're going to go into our questions section for any potential questions that any of you might have about the location, services, how to access those services, how to register, any questions that you might have. No questions? Once again, it was a lot of information. So we'll make sure to share this PowerPoint with you after the event is over so that you can have access to the links on how to register for those workshops and also to have access to that map that I shared with you. But is there any questions, comments, concerns, ideas, anything?
I don't have any questions, but I just wanted to say thank you for presenting this. I learned a lot and I appreciate all the resources you gave us, along with you sharing your personal experiences. I feel like that really helped a lot. So I appreciated that and thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Kaylin. I've had the privilege of visiting a lot of other Cal States, and I know Cal Poly Pomona is one of the biggest ones. So I know it can be a little bit confusing and maybe intimidating if you came in as a freshman or as a transfer student, and you did your first year online. I know it can be a little bit intimidating navigating the campus, but I do want to highlight that in my experience, most, and if not all, staff members and students at Cal Poly Pomona are really willing to help you out if you feel lost or if you don't know where a specific service is at. So I will highly encourage you to ask and to explore. Really take the time to explore the different services and programs that Cal Poly Pomona has to offer. We are excited at the Bronco Advising Center to answer any questions you might have. So make sure to take some time to visit us on the first floor. So any other questions, comments, concerns? No? Perfect. So once again, thank you so much for participating and listening. What we're gonna do right now is similar to the opening poll that we did. If you can please, if you can click the link on the chat or scan the QR code on the presentation. And just take some time to, maybe 2 minutes, maybe a minute to do that. And I know it's not a long poll. And once you're done, just give me a thumbs up so I know you're done and finished with that. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Londra. Thank you, Caitlin. So with that, I just want to say once again, thank you all for being here, for taking the time to listen to this random guy talk about different services that Cal Poly Pomona has to offer. Just know that once again, we are here for you. You made it to Cal Poly Pomona, and we are here to support you throughout your journey. So don't be scared to send us a message, send us an email. We'll be happy to answer any questions you might have, okay?